Lonzo Ball said today that the news that a lot of Bulls fans have been waiting to hear, and that is that he is prepared to be cleared for a 5-on-5 activity in August. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun and more right after this.
Tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red, yeah, I see red, I see red, I see red, I see.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content. So, Lonzo Ball on this podcast today, you guys know they start off most of this podcast with an injury update on Lonzo Ball. He said this: my first real test, I feel like, will be this August when I play 5-on-5 for the first time. But it's so far, so good. Everything has been going well, which is a big, major update. That has been the last hurdle, right? And the thing that I've really stuck to over the last couple of times I've talked about Lonzo is that he's not cleared for 5-on-5 yet. And that is a big step. Now, let me be clear. Cleared on 5-on-5 means the structured workouts. It's not cleared for basketball activity. It does not mean he's cleared to play in the NBA game or anything like that. It's the next step in his rehab process in which he's going to be going through some 5-on-5. They're going to see how that knee reacts, things like that. It's going to be some structured type simulated contact type thing. So it's not the 5-on-5 like you're going to see in training camp for the Chicago Bulls. It's not that, but it is a 5-on-5 in a simulated atmosphere to see how his body reacts to it. So it still does not mean he's fully cleared to play in the game yet, but it does mean that he is in that last step along that process. That is the last thing. If he clears this 5-on-5, then he will be cleared and ready to go to be played in NBA games. And for what it said, that Lonzo Ball also followed it up by saying he feels he will be ready to go to play in the Bulls' first regular season game. So take that for what you will, right? We'll take Lonzo Ball and his confidence at face value for now, but it's still, this is not the last step, or it doesn't mean that he's cleared the last step. It just means that he's now at that last phase before he is finally cleared for basketball activity. So this is a major step for Lonzo Ball. The fact that it will happen in August basically gives them about a month of that 5-on-5 to determine if he's going to be ready to go by training camp. And so in August, he's going to be going through a lot. They're probably going to be putting him through very rigorous type workouts to really see, and it's going to ramp up day to day, week to week. And then how his body reacts to that will make that final determination if he's cleared and ready to go. But as of right now, if you take Lonzo for his word, he feels good. He feels ready to go. But does not mean that he's going to be right back into a major part of the Bulls rotation either. I want to be clear here to not set any type of weird expectations. Lonzo Ball even being cleared fully for NBA still does not mean that that you're gonna have to go through pain management with him. It still doesn't mean he's going to play on back-to-backs. They're still going to very much so structure his return. And it could mean that maybe Lonzo Ball is moved by the trade deadline. If you guys watch my daily episode a couple of episodes ago, I called that Lonzo Ball could be an X factor in this team, but not an X factor just because of his play. It's because if he comes back and does play well, we could very well see Lonzo Ball traded at the trade deadline for a team that wants his bird rights, and the Bulls can get something back for it in that way. I do think the Bulls have fully moved on at point guard as long as Josh Giddey stays healthy and is ready to play. But at the end of the day, you want to see Lonzo Ball make a return to his career in any capacity that he can. And so he's clearing that last hurdle to try to get back on the court for the Chicago Bulls. So we'll see what happens. Let's see how you guys are feeling about it. Chief says, will he be traded? We'll see. Well, it is definitely a possibility. Damn, Lord, I actually thought wasn't going to be able to hoop again. If he can be at least 60% of what he was, I'll be happy with that. I mean, we'll still see. This still does not mean that he's going to be cleared and ready to go. It does not mean that he's going to play a basketball game yet. It does mean that things are trending in that right direction, though. I know Alonzo, I believe, 25 to 26 years old, but despite those knee issues, I think he's still young enough to be part of the Bulls' future plans, only if he accepts a different role now due to his health. Well, the thing is, and I get what you're saying in that, but here's my counter, my rebuttal to that. You have a 22-year-old, will be 22 at the start of the season, of Josh Giddey. You got a 23-year-old Ayo Dosunmu, who's your first guard off the bench. Unfortunately, I still don't know if I see Lonzo being part of the Bulls. It's not like Lonzo was some isolation scorer to where he offers a different skill set. So we'll see, right? And because of that age, because of the injury history, I don't know if he plays into a big part of the Bulls' future, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Even if he's clear to play, this season will probably be limited for the entire season. Agreed. 100% agree with you on that one. Yeah, it's still huge. So yes, it is. It is still a huge step in the right direction, considering where we've been over these last 2 years with Lonzo Ball. This is a nice step in that right direction for sure. I wish him to play another 10 years in the NBA, but not with the Bulls. I mean, yeah, it's unlikely that it's going to be with the Bulls. So we'll see. Gucci, you can actually imagine a team trading for Zach LaVine and Lonzo. I cannot. Seems like an odd choice. Both of them, no. Keep in mind, that's $65 million. That's a team's probably not going to trade for both of that. I think that there's going to be using him off ball and catch and shoot, and so less torque on his knees playing point guard. It's not really less torque. Like he's still going to shoot. Defense, everything with basketball is based off your knees and ankles, basically. So it's still going to give quite a bit on his, like just playing basketball, cutting, those type of things, right? Even playing off ball, you got to cut. Vaughn says, oh my God, does this mean Lonzo will play 48 Tom Thibodeau minutes at the start for us the next 5 years? No, that's crazy. My prayers for him. I hope he can do something in the NBA. Let's hope so. Like, listen, I don't wish bad upon Lonzo at all. It's just that the Bulls, to me, they can't keep betting on that future for Lonzo Ball. But hey, we'll see. There's some good news for right now. As for Lonzo Ball, I just hope he has a healthy season and can be consistent and can play consistent basketball again. We'll see. Hopefully it is in the future, man. I just hope he can play at some sort of NBA level again. No other expectations. That's a fair place to be right now. He'll still have to drive and get by guys, and that's where there could be issues. We'll just have to wait and see. Exactly, like because even playing off ball, you still got to cut. Cutting is all in, and it's not the fact. It's the fact that he had two different things going on, right? It's the cartilage replacement, and then he also had a meniscus replacement. Those are both two things that nobody in the NBA has ever recovered from or come back from those two surgeries. Either one of them, and together, that's a big thing there. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Zoe contract. Yeah, Zoe contract is pretty big. It's $20 million contract. So what about this Billy small ball lineup? Giddy, Kobe, Io, Ball, and P. Will at the center. Really, why would you want to see that? What type? What brand of fentanyl are you on? Like what, Rob, bro? Like, bro, go get you some coochie, my guy. Like you tripping right now, bro. That brother thirsty, man. What are we talking about? I can see Lonzo sticking around in the back of row on a minimum deal, but I assume he just go play with LaMelo at that point. But I think it depends on which players Billy wants to stagger. Listen, let's not act. Lonzo doesn't have the fluidity to just say, "Oh, I want to go play with Zoe." He doesn't. Like that Charlotte team is actually a team that looks like they're actually trying to get to a place of competing finally. So I don't know if they're just going to try to bring Zoe back for no matter what. Like they already did one favor to the Ball family having LiAngelo Ball's whack ass there, right? So I don't know if they're doing that. Big Zoe back. This is huge dub for pretty much all angles. No, because he's not back clear for basketball activity yet. This is not what that means. It does not mean that he's ready for NBA play. It means that he's ready for 5-on-5 workouts and to try to see how that knee strengthens up to 5-on-5 simulated things. This is not saying he's cleared for NBA basketball play. As of right now, he's still not cleared for training camp. So this is a very different thing than that. I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't want to see that lineup, but he may try. No, he's not going to try that. Like, y'all, we overstate something. We overstate two things about Billy. There's a lot of criticisms you can give to Billy, but we overstate two things. The small ball thing. The roster has been small. It's not like Billy Donovan has had 3 healthy big men there, and he's like, oh yeah, by the way, we got 3 healthy big men. Give me that 6'4" guard at power forward. That's not what's happened. So that's not what's happened here. And then another thing that we overstate about Billy Donovan is his reluctance to play rookies. P. Will, Ayo Dosunmu both played from day one of their rookie careers. Dalen Terry, we knew was raw as hell and was not ready. Julian Phillips played by the middle of his rookie year and was starting to get more consistent minutes, then got hurt. And Marko Simonovic just sucked. He's out the league. We got to stop with this narrative of Billy Donovan just is obsessed with small ball. The roster has been small. If Lonzo does good this season, despite his restrictions, do you think the Bulls will try to re-sign him or do a sign and trade? Yeah, I don't see not at big money. Now, if he's willing to take slightly over the vet minimum, maybe, but I just don't see the Bulls in going younger, signing a player with the injury history and having two very, very rare surgeries to repair that knee. I don't see that happening, but we'll see. Dude's glad to see Lonzo on the court again. Well, we got to see if we're going to see him on the court in the NBA game. This is just 5-on-5 workouts is what it means right now. It does not mean 5-on-5 NBA level basketball. That's a very different thing. They're still going to be testing him, and we'll see what comes across and comes after that. Hopefully he does go through all these. He doesn't have any setbacks. He continues to feel great, and then we'll see what we have in Lonzo Ball next season for as long as he's still here. Oh, shit. Dub's here. What up, Dub?
Drip, what's the word, man?
I ain't even see you in there, brother. What's good, man?
What's it? I just popped through, man. I just heard some great news, seen it through the ticker on Twitter. I'm ramming accidentally.
How you feeling, bro?
I gotta say I'm pretty excited, and I like the confidence from the young fella. If you watch the clip or if you watch the podcast, the WAE podcast, I think I got it right. WEA, one of those. You could just tell that this kid know that he's going to succeed. And I like stories like this. I know that everybody's kind of sick of waiting for Lonzo Ball and you feel like he's holding back the franchise. But I like this kind of story. This kid is fighting back for his livelihood, I have to say. And I'm pulling for him, bro. If he ain't going to have nobody in his corner, it's going to be me. I hope that Lonzo Ball comes back and gets to a semblance of what he used to be. Is that bad? Is that bad, Drip?
No, it's not bad to have hope. Hope is not bad. I mean, I know as Bulls fans, hope hasn't really got us much places, but it's not bad to have hope.
Yeah, man, we gotta have hope. If man, who gonna be in this kid corner, man? Somebody gotta be in it. I'm gonna take his corner, bro.
I mean, you could take his corner. Like, don't get me wrong, but as well, you got to be like, here's the thing. Once he's cleared for actual NBA play, that's where I'll start letting myself get excited. This 5-on-5 is just 5-on-5 to see how his knee and stuff responds. This is a simulated 5-on-5. This is not him going out. Like, if Bulls training camp started in August, he still, as of being clear for 5-on-5, wouldn't be ready for basketball games. So I gotta wait and see. The moment that Lonzo takes a basketball court, and like I said before, some of my fondest memories recently of being a Bulls fan is when Lonzo made that three and he did that one leg bounce and did that. Once I see that, I'm gonna lose my mind. But I gotta see it first, bro. I gotta see it first, man.
Yeah, and that's fair for everybody to show him to get on like Drip saying, like, you gotta show me first before I can get like really excited for you. But I want to tell y'all, bro, this kid. When you think about how he started off basketball and all exposure he got early, he always been a humble kid. I remember one time seeing him crossing over a dude, broke his ankles, he on the floor. This man in the middle of the basketball game trying to help him up. This a good kid, and I just
Lonzo's he's a good kid, bro.
Yeah,
matter of fact, both the Ball brothers are. The only one that isn't is Jello, and I don't even mean because of the overseas thing. Like, if you ever listen to Jello talk, he's cocky as shit, and he's the one that has accomplished the least out of all the damn brothers, bro.
I'm with you on that one, big.
It's like, you're the one talking the most shit. You ain't even got in the game, my boy. Like, the most you dropped is a triple-double of kids because you fucking the thought. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, did he even get to the G League? Did he play the G League?
Yeah, he played in the G League.
Damn, he couldn't even get a two-way. He ain't never had a two-way contract.
He was on a two. I think he was on a two-way with the Hornets, but it was the Thanasis Antetokounmpo two-way contract, bro. They just that's what we're gonna start seeing. It's gonna start being the Thanasis provision, where it's like, if you have one sibling in the NBA, the team can sign them without hitting the cap. Like, that's what's going to be.
Oh, that was Charlotte, huh? That was Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think this is great news, though, guys. I think it's great news. You don't even have to move from your position. You could still stay like, he has to show me. But you got to admit, it's great news, especially for the kid, bro. He almost there, bro.
For him, it's listen, you're almost at the finish line. This has been a 3-year process to get you to the finish line, and you're almost there. If y'all ever had to wait, y'all ever in high school and you had to wait 3 years to knock a chick off, y'all know what that feels like, bro.
I'm about to say her name and shit. I'm about to
don't do that. Don't do it. Don't give me no free pub, Lord. Don't give me no free pub.
But
But we
yeah,
didn't all been there, so you know what it is, man.
Yeah,
Some of y'all done circled back in y'all 40s to try to go back and hit somebody you missed in high school. Y'all know what he talking about.
yeah, you already know. And I really got selfish reasons why I want Lonzo back.
Why?
I think that
Because you know if Lonzo does come back, that and if he is good, that strengthens the case of keeping Nikola Vucevic around, right?
why you have to say that
I
shit?
just
Are you
gotta
gonna kill
listen.
my damn? I don't straight. This ain't got nothing to do with Vooch. Forget Vooch.
Bro, what are you talking about? Do you remember the chemistry that Lonzo Ball and Vooch had in the half court?
Hey, well, you ain't had no chemistry. What you talking about?
Bro, when Zach was out with fucking COVID, bro, go back and look at that stretch of games. Vooch averaged 17 and 11 on like 60% shooting when Zoe was there, bro.
Why did that seem like every hit? That's always his average, 17 and 11.
It is. That's why I put the efficiency there. 17 and 11 with 42% shooting. It's not the same. It's not the same, my boy.
Yeah. But okay, you just almost killed me right there with that bringing Vooch into it.
Oh, they calling me homeless.
But I'm thinking about, and I don't think this has been done in NBA so far. And the only pair that I can think of that had this type of offensive awareness or offensive IQ was like Chris Webber and Jason Williams. What would a Josh Giddey and Lonzo Ball on the floor? What would that look like with all? I
don't think they can share the like that. To me, the thing that I'm worried about, like, yes, Lonzo's a good shooter, but if you like, Lonzo isn't the greatest. We'll see, right? Lonzo could adapt. He's one of the smart but to me, that'll be too much like doing when him and Shea played on the court together. We saw that it did not affect because Josh Giddey can't play off ball. He's best when he has the ball in his hands and he's able to kind of break stuff down and actually use his like Josh Giddey is truly a quarterback of basketball, meaning that he is truly a play. Lonzo Ball is a great passer. He wasn't a half-court playmaker like Josh Giddey. So I worry that it would be too much like him playing with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that would concern me a little bit.
Okay, and okay, I hear you on that one. But I don't look at Shai as a high IQ. He's a great basketball player.
You don't think Shai has high IQ?
I don't think he's okay. A high IQ basketball player, I would label that as a LeBron James. They make the right play every time. I look at Shai as a scorer, as a high IQ scorer. He's a scorer.
Bro, you got to go back. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the playmaking grades, he ranks in the 99th percentile. I'll go check that for sure. But no, Shai's a very smart basketball player.
I ain't saying he ain't smart, but it's a different type of player. Like, it's levels to this IQ, like LeBron, like Lonzo, like Chris Paul. Those are the high.
See, that's the thing.
IQs.
People talk about Lonzo like he's like a Chris Paul. He's not that type of half court pass. He's a good passer and he's a smart, but he's not that type. He's not the Chris Paul half court playmaker like that.
And I don't think it has to be the half court type thing. I think you make the right basketball play look easy and it looks good every time. I think Lonzo Ball does that.
So I did just look at guess who's the best player in the NBA as far as creating open shots for their teammates.
I'm gonna let me answer this.
And we're talking by far.
Wow.
By far.
I'll go with LeBron James.
No, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander per 100 possessions. He creates open shots for his teammates at a rate of 98%, meaning that when he passes the ball, the player's typically open.
How many assists he averaged?
That's why I use that number, because that assist is if the player makes it or not. I use the number that I use because it's how many open shots you generate, whether they make it or miss it. That's what that. Okay. But I can go to the assists. I think it's like 12 assists though, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, damn, that's high.
Oh no, it's really only 6.2 assists. But that's the team that passes a lot. But
I mean, Lonzo don't got high assists. He just make the right play. But the outlier is probably Chris Paul, because he is a high assist type of guy. And LeBron James, he kind of in the same boat as Lonzo and Shai. You can add Shai to it too. You just shitted on me right there. You can add Shai to it too.
That's why I said, and that's why a lot of people been asking, well, Haize, why do you use that number instead of assist numbers? And I like to use it because, to me, like, for example, if Chi-Town Sports Fam decided to run 5-on-5 and you run in the point guard, if you create an open shot for Kev and he misses the shot, you're not going to get an assist for that. I like to use the open shots generated because that tells me how good you're processing and breaking down the defense that you created an open shot. It's not on you if the bastard can't make. Not Kev. I'm talking about random. I'm not calling Kev.
Yeah, I know what you said.
Yeah.
Hey, that makes sense. I like that
Yeah.
as well, bro, because it is a lot of. I think Caitlin Clark will love that stat that you said right now. She'll love it.
Yeah,
I
she
just threw her
would
a
because
bone. I just threw her a bone. But anyway, Lonzo, this is a good job by him. I still want to see him and Josh Giddey. Oh yeah, let me get back to that because I think they kind of opposite. Drip. I think Josh Giddey is a more downhill type of player, getting to the basket and playmaking. And Lonzo, he on the perimeter. He's a good 3-point shooter. He can get to the basket. He don't got anything between. But y'all seen he working up on post-up moves.
And you know why he's working on post-up moves? Is because with that knee injury, much like Kobe after his Achilles, becoming a better post player is going to help extend that careir.
Yeah,
that's going to help extend that career.
Yeah, not being athletic, jumping and skipping all over the court.
I put up Von's comment here because he said that. Wait, I don't know if that's the right one. They'll be off ball. I think Zoe and Giddey would be. Zoe is not a good off ball player. I don't know where you're getting this, Von. Like, he's not good at generating off ball. He's just not. Now, if you're going to run a bunch of pin downs and come off screens, but at the same time, you got to realize as well that is a lot of cutting now. We got to see how Lonzo Ball is going to be as a cutter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, he first got to pass this stage. He says he's been feeling good so far. It is that final stage.
He also said that last year, though.
He did say that last year. I'm just no cap. He did say that last year, but I think the kid is ready. And so just to say how good he's going to be, that's the question. But I think the kid is confident and he's ready to prove to all the people that he still got a little bit of basketball in him. That's it.
Facts. Oh, he's motivated. Yeah. He's motivated. For nothing else, Stephen A. Smith. He's very motivated.
Oh, yeah. But Stephen A just fell off this summer. It's been a bad summer for Stephen A, bro. Even if he getting a big contract, he trying to get that contract.
Well, you know, I'm listening. The only thing that I care about is that he dropped that triple-double on Jason Whitlock, old coon ass. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Before we go, I did put it in the title here, and we got to talk about it before we go. The question that I have for you is this. We heard today as well that the Bulls are resigned to keeping Zach LaVine. When you hear that, does that make you feel like, all right, they're resigned to keeping Zach LaVine, meaning he's still going to be featured? He's going to be one of the more prominent, or do you still think that the youth movement is still the focus and they're going to let Zach LaVine kind of fit in where he can in that one? Like, how would you go about it going into next season? You know, you're not moving Zach. Where on the hierarchy do you have Zach LaVine on this team going into it, considering the young pieces you have on this team?
Okay, Zach LaVine, this is the most complicated situation we got going on with the Chicago Bulls. When it comes to Zach LaVine this offseason, it seems like the market is not too good, and it's like the league wants you to just hand Zach over for nothing, for pennies on a dollar. I don't think that's the correct move, so we're going through what I think is the right move. Keep him for at the very least for half a season. And you asked if you're going to feature Zach LaVine, because if he stays on this team, he's obviously going to be your best offensive player for sure. We do have young kids that we have to get going in this league, but in the situation that we have right now, we have to build the equity of Zach LaVine before we can get a good trade, or Drip, we can convince him that this is a good place for him. That's a small spot. You can convince him, like, dude, you can be the lead dog to a lot of these. Look at all this young talent we got right here. You could be the lead dog, and we trying to win, Zach.
But see, that's the problem that I get into. I get it, trying to convince him that, and that may be what you have to do to get him to buy in. But we've seen it; the world's seen it. Zach LaVine isn't somebody that can lead. He's not a vocal leader. He's not somebody that can put the team on their back in close moments. And I don't mean that as a slight. There's a lot of people in there. He's a very, very talented scorer. Yeah. And I think Zach LaVine as a true number two, because keep in mind, even when DeMar was here, they were 1A, 1B. But as a true number two, meaning that if you have somebody that is better than Zach LaVine, and Zach LaVine is being complimentary to whatever that skill set is, I think you can. I've said it before. If Zach LaVine's your number two, you're a good team. If you can make Zach LaVine your three, you better damn well be a championship team. If a player like Zach LaVine is the third best player on your team. Absolutely. But my fear is that they would have to say, all right, Zach, you can lead this team. You're back. You're the guy. And then we've seen that story before.
Yeah, okay. Can I throw this nugget in? Drip. Okay, we've all heard the stories of Zach LaVine being, I'm gonna call it jealous because he wasn't getting some of those opportunities of closing the games. I'm sure you've seen those stories, Drip. And they was writing some of those plays. It was like they were showing preferential treatment to DeMar DeRozan, like he was getting all the plays. It was like it was his team. I think Zach wasn't giving his all, and that in itself is a very red flag for Zach LaVine. I don't, because y'all seen that bullshit. That was not Zach LaVine averaging 16, 17 points a game. When he came back, when the kids had that little streak that they had, when he came back and he was just trying to play as part of the team, that was Zach. That was bullshit from Zach. That was absolutely disgusting to me. I think if you give him the confidence, I don't think he got the confidence from the team. Like, we believe in you, Zach, especially if he was here first and then you writing up these plays for DeMar DeRozan. Players can be sensitive. Players can be very sensitive. Now, those are just reports, and I watched every game. I called every game. I think there's a little truth to it. I can't be 100% true that it's true, but if it is, there's a reason Zach wasn't like that. He was like that because DeMar's around. Now he's not around, that you can give him all the confidence that he needs. It's you, Zach. You're the man. Don't worry about it. It's 2 seconds left. We running it for you, even though you showed that you was a fuck up at the end of the. I'll never forget you shot a 2 when we was down 3, Zach. I'll never forget. That's the
well. That's also some because they ran a play for a 2-point though. It's like,
but you gotta be smart. You're a basketball player. You know, time to score. You can't shoot a fucking 2. It's 5 seconds left. But yeah, I think maybe it's a chance. It's a chance.
We'll see, man. I mean, listen, like I said, I fight against anybody who tries to talk about Zach like he's a terrible player. He's not. And I don't know if you got to see my daily today, and I didn't know this. I'm not going to act like I knew this going into this. Was me researching for the episode. Do you know that since 2019, taken away last season only because Zach LaVine only played 23 games, but up until from 2019 to 2023, there's only been 9 players to score more points than Zach LaVine in the whole entire NBA. Only 9. Awesome. That's an elite skill, and people act like Zach LaVine. Like, I get it, but we've seen player. All you need in the NBA to stick around and to be a really good player is one elite skill. And if you have that elite skill, it's then up to the front office, to your coaches, to put you either in the right position or put teams around you that maximize the elite skill that you have. Zach LaVine has an elite skill. The only players in the NBA that have scored more points than Zach LaVine since 2019 are Luka, Giannis, Tatum, Trae Young, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan, and Donovan Mitchell.
Wow.
That's it. Not LeBron.
Wow.
They ain't scored more points than not Kyrie. They ain't scored more points than Zach LaVine.
See, that's why I was so upset when everybody was clamoring for them to just give Zach away. I thought that was the stupidest thing to say in the world. Why would you give away a 25-point per game score? Proven he can do that in his sleep. It don't matter that he's not good closing games. He's not that good playing defense. What score? Is Luka good playing defense? He better than Luka playing defense. That's all I got.
I mean, if we're just going over that top 10 list, defenders that he's better than: Luka, Trae Young, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, hell yeah. All 4 of those guys. Easy. Come on, y'all. I don't know. I don't get it. I think just people get tired of players and tired of
it's what I've said for so long. Like, when you're a fan of a team, you're so zoomed up and you watch every single game, you go through it with a fine-tooth comb, that you lose objectivity to watching other teams play, right? Like people so much complain about Zach LaVine, and it's like, but it's for example, like when people were saying, oh, Patrick Williams is terrible, Patrick Williams is this, Patrick Williams is that, and they're like, oh, you know who we need? Jaden McDaniels. Nigga, what is that? What? And then every time I say that, people were like, "Oh, but McDaniels wasn't a top 4 pick." So what?
So what?
Like,
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Like, I get it. He didn't live up to expectations, but if you're talking about a player that can help you, right? Like, that's why I like to have and I love what we've built here. Like, that's why we got some of the best sports commentators in the world, right? Is that we are able to critically look at things, and even though we're Bulls fans, we watch so much other basketball that we're able to really kind of see a different perspective on it. Absolutely. And so it's so many people that look at at Zach LaVine and try to just make him paint him out as just his negatives, and then you ignore so much of what he does good.
Oh, that's perfect, nephew. That is perfect. I almost called you nephew. That's perfect, bro. You so fixated on the negatives of Zach LaVine, you refuse to point out his strengths. Athletic ability. He's a great. Zach has always been flirting with 40, 50, 90. He's always flirting with that. 25 point per game score. Hey, and I'll give you this. When he get pissed, ain't nothing you can do. Nothing. I'm talking about, you seen that Detroit game?
No player can stop him, but the thing that does stop him is his foot, because sometimes he dribbles off his foot. His foot is his biggest hater.
That's gonna happen.
Zach LaVine's biggest hater is his right foot. I'm just letting y'all know that right
It's just gonna happen 2 times a game. It's just gonna happen, bro. Zach LaVine is gonna do the dumbest shit like 2 times a day, 2 times a game. But you gotta take that. Everybody's not perfect, bro. Come on.
And oh, by the way, just so I can rub it in a little bit more, you know, also as far as players that have scored the most points since 2019,
it's not Vooch.
Nikola Vucevic is number 21 on the list. He scored more points than Steph Curry in that time. He scored more points than Shai Gilgeous. Since 2019, Nikola Vucevic has scored 5,589 points. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has scored 5,667.
Ain't no way.
Wait, no, this list is only till 2023. So take that. So it's not counting last season. Last season. Hold on, let me put it in 2024. Give me 1 second.
What in the world? No.
Let me hold on.
Ain't no way.
I had to check myself on that one. Let me see where Vooch. Let me update it.
It's a 17 and 11 every game.
I'm sorry. Actually, if you add in 2023, and you know what? But you got to keep in mind, Steph's missed a lot of time.
He missed a lot of time too.
Nikola Vucevic is actually number 20. If you go from 2019 through the end of the 2023-24 season, Nikola Vucevic has scored 6,959 points. That's more than Anthony Edwards. That's more than
what?
That's more than Anthony Davis. Keep in mind, but these are players that have missed. Yes, bro. That's why I say we only look at the negatives of players that we love.
But what if the negatives is you can't win with it, Chief?
I mean, Vooch is a different story. I just threw that in there to fuck with you. I just like
can't stay a drip, bro. Like, I can't stand his ass, bro. How is he 20, bro?
I would love to see how many points he's given up in that time.
Oh boy, if he got 60,000 points, he gave up.
Do you know who's number 1 on the list? Who scored the most points since the beginning of the 2019-20 season? If you had a guess,
I'm gonna guess Luka.
Luka's first, Giannis is second, Jason Tatum's third.
Oh, Jason Tatum is surprising, and Giannis. I would think was Embiid.
Embiid is 9th on that list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a very interesting little thing right there, bro. Yeah. Man, you just killed me, bro. You almost ruined my fucking weekend.
Hey, listen. Like I say, what's our thing? Facts over narrative.
Facts over narrative.
I'm letting the numbers speak for themselves, bro.
Man, bro, what, man? We ain't got to talk about Vooch no more, though, bro. Until they trade his ass. They trade his ass, bro. He don't even fit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Look at the team. Look at the team. Do we fit that team? The young up and down team, bro?
Vooch,
he don't fit.
Vooch? Yes, he does in the half court because they're gonna need half court creation. If you have Vooch as a big man and everybody's moving without the ball like they need to be, Vooch can thrive. And you have Vooch and basically Giddey as your 2 players that can really pass in the half court. And I'll say this: a Josh Giddey, Nikola Vucevic pick and roll could be fun. It's not going to be as good as like what a more athletic, like a Jalen Smith, Josh Giddey pick and roll.
It's gonna be
that's going to be dangerous, bro.
Vucevic one's gonna be boring. I ain't gonna lie. Look, let me act to this, and I'm not hating right here, though, Trip. I'm not hating right here. You seen how many bigs that got drafted in the first round? Vooch in trouble. You see Khalil Ware. You see Donovan Clingan.
Hey, bro. I know Vooch can guard Clingan. Vooch is going to be able to guard Clingan. Vooch is going to be able to guard Clingan. Because listen, look, you got to think about it. Look how Vooch guards Sabonis. Looks how he guards Jokic. Look how he guards Donovan Clingan has a very European type center game. Now, I'll give you that on the other ones. Khalil Ware is about to fucking cook Vooch.
To kill him, Drill.
He's about to make Vooch cry. Look at it this way: a Jimmy Butler, Khalil Ware pick and roll. What are you gonna do? He can't switch on Jimmy Butler. He gonna take him to the rim. if you got him on a diving Khalil Ware, he gonna dunk on it. Vooch is when we play the Miami Heat. Watch Khalil Ware is gonna set career highs every time he plays. He's about to kill Nikola Vucevic. Every rip.
You got Alex Zard. You got
Alexander Czar is more of a power forward, though. I think it. Well,
I think he'll play center.
They'll run him at center.
He has no chance against him. He's too athletic. We know how Vooch is against athletic bigs. He kind of strinks. I ain't gonna lie, he strinks.
Yeah, facts. Hey, Winton says, "Hey, you seriously just increased our expectations for Vooch going into the season with the stat." Well, the fact that and keep in mind, so this is 2019 to the end of last season, right? The end of 2024 season. Keep in mind, Zach LaVine only played 24 games last season, but Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine are number 19 and 20 on that list since that time. Oh, and DeMar DeRozan is number 7. You know what that means? We've had 3 of the top 20 scorers in the league since 2019, and we ain't been able to win. We've won 1 playoff game. That's why scoring ain't everything. It's how you score. It's also defense. So we can talk about scoring all day long, right?
Thank you, Drip. You just proved my fucking point just right there. It ain't about scoring.
I just said that to fuck with you, like.
Get Vooch ass out of here, Joe. How can we win with this motherfucker, man?
You can win with Vooch. You just need to surround him with a here's the thing, and this is where variance comes apart. Like, this is getting real basketball nerdy, so apologize to me, right? No. So when you look at every player has a variance, right? And that is the variance of what you need to surround them with to maximize on either what they do well or mitigate what they do bad, right? So the variance there. Vooch has such a small variance of the type of players you need to put around him to cover him up defensively that it almost negates anything he does offensively, right? Because you need at least 2 to 3 extremely good pick and roll and ball handlers to mitigate how terrible Nikola Vucevic is on the defensive side of the ball. So the motherfucker could score fucking 30 points for you, but in his lack of defensive ability, you're going to need to have those players either that or you're going to have to, like I said before, if Vooch played Jokic 82 games, he'd be the second best defensive center in the league. But unfortunately, that's not the league. Like, Vooch would have been one of the best big men in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, that's a
period.
Fact. I ain't a hater. That's a fact.
But
100%.
the game has passed him up so much that you look at this dude and you're like, you can't guard me and C-Dub right now at being 2 men, one in their 40s, one almost in their 40s, we would cook Vooch in a pick and roll. Like, I would attack the shit out of Vooch every rip.
Easy. My Uncle Elroy will kill Vooch right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, he'll cook us on the off. Like, I can't guard Vooch. No, fuck it, because I'm gonna shoot him.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah. Shoot him.
Hey, look, man. I think this pretty sums it up for Vooch. I think the lane is too big for Vooch. The lane is too open for Vooch.
Yeah, it's that variance. Like if he, for example, went to a team. For example, I know this isn't going to happen, but if he was on that Miami Heat team and he got to play next to Bam, I'm not worried about.
Oh, he'd be good. He'd be good. Oh,
I'm not worried about Vooch.
I agree with you 100%.
Right?
Yes.
So like it's just that you need such a particular player to pair with Vooch in the front court that it's like the Bulls just don't have that, bro. Like, unless Patrick Williams turns into a more of a shot blocking power forward, it's not going to be there. So.
And they did think that Patrick Williams could be that guy, but I don't think it has worked. And I think they should stop trying to make Patrick Williams that help defender, that help big. So I think they're going to figure it out one of these days. Trade him for a ground cracker. Trade him for something.
Anyway, any last thoughts, though, before we get up out of here, brother?
Hey, man, shout out to Drip, man. Make sure y'all check out Drip. He in a league right now, Joe, in a battling league, bro. He just cooked against Chill from Players' Choice. He got a big matchup coming up next. I'm going to be glued to my TV.
Yeah, not this Wednesday coming up, but the Wednesday after that, I have a matchup at 9 p.m. with Dion from Ohio. And all I can say is we about to cook.
Yes,
you want to see a dead body?
Oh, you better talk to him, Drip. You better talk to him.
I'm about to do Dion like Kendrick Lamar did Drake. It ain't go. I'm about to pass the body like John Stockton, bro. Don't even worry about it.
That's what I need to hear, baby. I'm gonna be right there rooting them on. Let's go. Dubs for Drip, baby.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys go check out C-Dub and Bobby over at the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. Hit subscribe to me as well if you're not subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers before the start of the season. Right now, we are 285 off from that. So we need 285 subs, man. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are what?
I'm talking to them, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all better hit that subscribe button, bro. And I'm got my hand all in y'all face. Y'all bogus as hell, freeloading. Hit that subscribe button, bro.
But yeah, man, we appreciate you guys, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the daily episode. Go Bulls, see Red, y'all.